Welcome back. Today's video is going to be a long one, so strap in. We're going to be doing an updated review of my best Bluetooth tracker battle, at least as of September 2024. Just at the end of September. We could even call it October, Q4, the beginning of Q4, let's call it. And I say that with full knowledge that I just got this brand new Tile Pro 2024 in my possession, so I'll have to do another updated version of this video soon enough. First, I want to go over some high-level comparisons rather quickly, and then we're going to go into the head-to-head battle with 7 trackers, including a bonus device. So be sure to watch till the end. Also, as always, anything you see in this video will be linked for purchase in the description below. If you'd like to skip the review and go right to the test, head to this time marker, and if you'd like to if you'd like to just hear my final thoughts, head to this time marker. For this next section where we do the quick overview topics, I will be discussing only these 6 trackers and leaving out the non-Google Find My Chipolo. Without further ado, let's get into this. All right, let's start with the easiest comparison point, and that is the cost before taxes and shipping, at least the cost as of now, the time of recording, which is Saturday, September 28th. The Pebblebee Clip will run you, and this is all, let me add another note, this is all via Amazon Prime. Pebblebee Clip will run you $23.99. The Chipolo 1 Point will run you $27.99. The Moto Tag will either be $29.99 for the Sage Green, or you could currently get a 4-pack for $99.99, which will also get you the Starlight Blue. Apple AirTag is $24.98 or $79.98 for a 4-pack. Samsung Smart Tag 2 is $26.86 or $68.74 for a 4-pack, which is the best deal. And the Tile Pro has been discontinued, but you could currently get the new Tile Pro 2024 for $34.99. Next point of comparison will be location history, and none of the Google Find My devices or the Apple AirTag offer you any location history. I have seen some people do some hacks where they'll have an AirTag follow them when they own a Samsung, and then they could see it. I don't know. Let's just say no location history. The Samsung Smart Tag 2 does allow for 7 days of location history, and the Tile will give you up to 30 days. However, it's not free. For location history feature on Tile, you'll have to pay either $2.99 a month or $29.99 per year. It does come with some other perks, but that's the main reason I ended up signing up for their subscription-based service. Ultra wideband locating. Pebblebee Clip, no. Chipolo 1 Point, no. The Moto Tag is a yes, but at least, again, as of the time of recording this, Google Find My does not support it. However, it does have the radios, so as soon as they figure out how to turn it on, I'm sure it'll have it. AirTag, yes. Smart Tag 2, yes. Tile Pro, no. The ability to share your location is ubiquitous across all of these devices, and each one of them has their own little criterion as to who you can share with and how many different people you can share with. The Left Behind notification, for instance, if you have it on your keys and you leave your keys at the restaurant and walk away, once you're out of Bluetooth range, does the device or the app notify you that you're out of range? And the Pebblebee Clip, no. Chipolo 1 Point, no. Moto Tag, no. So all the Google Find My's are no's. Apple AirTag is a yes. Samsung Smart Tag 2 is a yes. And the Tile Pro is a yes. Currently not available on the Google Find My service. However, all other options support it. That's not to say it's the support's accurate or without flaw, but worth noting, this feature also requires the premium subscription service on Tiles, so there's another reason to get it. What I'm calling reverse find, or the ability to ring your smartphone from your little Bluetooth tracker. The Pebblebee Clip is a no. The Chipolo 1 Point is a no. The Moto Tag is a yes. However, this is one of the reasons you need their companion app, because not only do you turn it on in there, but I believe that's what's supporting the functionality currently. The AirTag is a no. It doesn't really have a button. And the Smart Tag 2 and the Tile Pro are also yeses. Bit of a mixed bag, but you get what you get. As far as what form factors these devices come in, the Pebblebee Clip and the Chipolo do come in a card, a keychain, and you could also get a small tag form of the Pebblebee, and those are all for the Google Find My network. The Moto Tag and the AirTag only come in one form factor, and also you'll have to buy an accessory to put either one of those onto a keychain or in a bag or on a bike or whatever, unless you just want to like gorilla tape it there. The Smart Tag 2 does not come in multiple form factors, but it does come in a white or black version, and it automatically has a keyring built in. The Tile Pro does come in different form factors, and I believe they've updated all of them for 2024, so there should be a card and just the normal keychain little dongle. As far as whether these devices are an opt-in or an opt-out network, with over 1 billion devices, it appears that the Google Find My network used to be an opt-in, but now it's an opt-out. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. I'll be happy to pin it above. The Apple AirTag is an opt-out, and I think that's probably got over 1 billion devices at this point too. When I set up my Samsung Galaxy, it was an opt-in for the SmartTag 2, but after conversations with current Samsung device owners, they say while you're setting up the device, it asks you to opt in. It looks like that's as of May 2023 from what my research gathered. And the Tile Pro is hard to find. As of 2021, though, they said they have over 40 million units when they joined with the Life 360 network. So I'd love to see an updated figure, but it does look to be an opt-in network. Water, dust, and dirt resistance, the IPXX ratings that you'll see. Pebble Clip is an IPX5. The Chipolo 1 point with the worst rating is Pebble Clip is an IPX6 with the worst rating is the Chipolo 1 point with an IPX5. The Moto Tag comes in with the best rating at an IP67, as none of the others have any dust resistance ratings. AirTag, SmartTag 2, and Tile Pro all come in at IPX7, and I don't know off the top of my head what the new Tile Pro is. I'm guessing it's just IPX7 as well, but if it's anything else, I'll put it up on the screen. The replaceable battery, the Pebble Clip's the only one that is not. That one has a rechargeable battery via a USB-C cord that they provide in the packaging when they ship it to you, but all the rest have, I'm guessing they're all the same 2032 replaceable batteries. Now that we have a lot of the general comparisons out of the way, let's get into the actual test. For this experiment, I wanted to do something different than what I've seen on other YouTube channels and videos. All the ones I've seen, they just pit an AirTag against any other tag and ship them across the country while keeping tabs on its location, which is relatively fine. However, the thing I've noticed is none of these tests have a control, right? So introducing the Land Air C54 GPS tracker. This device is intended to be attached to something like a fleet vehicle, a trailer, a boat, and something of that nature, toys, or if you're a big business and you have to track your vehicles, it's a great thing. And this will work to provide that controlled variable and a baseline for us as far as where the actual location is. The Land Air C54 has cellular radios, and in it, with their base plan for the device, it'll have its location checked on every 3 minutes while it's in motion. It also has some other neat features, including the ability to set up like geofencing alerts. And my plan is to ship a box with all 7 of the Bluetooth trackers alongside the Land Air C device and set up geofences along the way at all the stops that the package takes, if you will. That way, when the package started moving again, I would be able to get a geofence alert. And it worked a couple of times, but truckers have some odd hours, and they started moving at like 3 in the morning, so caught me off guard, if you will. I can watch it basically real time on the Land Air C Silver Cloud app and see how accurate the location from the Bluetooth trackers were. And not only that, we could see how delayed those updates were. So let's see how the test actually went. So the experiment begins. I literally just dropped off my package. I'm shipping a laptop to North Carolina, and inside of that package, I included a small black box that you got to see earlier with all of the trackers and our GPS trackers. So I also confirmed, and while I was sitting in the parking lot, I made sure all of the device locations updated. So they are sitting in the parking lot of the UPS hub in Addison, Illinois. And as soon as I got home, I checked their locations again, and the Samsung SmartTag had already said updated based on someone else's device. And so I also set up a geofence around the GPS tracker so that it will send me a text and an email as soon as it moves outside of that little geofenced area. So I'll know that the package is on the move, and I'll be able to check and see where all the different tags are at and how up to date they are. See you tomorrow or later today. Here we are at day 1, and I woke up a little late, but I was tracking the GPS tracker as it was moving. Apple AirTag was roughly about an hour behind, as the tracker itself, and roughly about 65 miles. The actual package was rolling through Beaver Creek, Ohio, and the AirTag was just shy of the Indiana-Ohio border in Richmond, Indiana. 2 hours and 20 minutes behind for the Moto Tag, 2 hours behind for the Samsung SmartTag, but they were both last seen at the same location. To be specific, 5380 West 81st Street in Indianapolis, and I say that address as it's the UPS Indy Hub. I'm guessing the truck either stopped there to pick up some more packages and or drop some off. Either way, that was the last place the Samsung and the Motorola got a chance to update. The Pebble Clip, the Chipolo 1 point, and the regular Chipolo are all still 12 hours behind, hanging out at the hub in Illinois, in Addison. So they're they're way behind. The tile, surprisingly, was at the exact same location as the Apple AirTag. So I'm guessing whoever had an AirTag or their Apple iPhone that updated the AirTag location must also probably be a tile user. But kudos to the tile. That surprised the hell out of me. Here's a map view of how far it has traveled up until this point. I also put markers on Google Maps at the UPS hub here in Illinois, the UPS hub in Indy, a store nearby where the tile and the AirTag were last seen, and the actual location of the GPS tracker in the package itself. I'm going to try and keep an eye out for the next time that the UPS truck makes a stop for any period of time so I could see if I could get all the trackers to update their location accordingly, but we'll just have to see. I'm also going to refrain from putting any of them into lost mode, at least as of today. And maybe I'll put it on lost mode for the trip back, but I just kind of want to see, it seems like they're getting location updates without being in lost mode, and perhaps on the trip back, I'll put them in lost mode just to see if the updates become more frequent. See you on the next update. I've got the GPS tracker running. I've got an overhead cam running for all of my phones, so let me log into that real fast. And I don't want you to see me putting in my password. Okay. Logging into everything. Last seen at 2:22. It is currently 3:30. So it looks like the Apple AirTag was last seen roughly about an hour ago. And let's see. Will you tell me where you are? No, don't do that. That's not what I want. That's not what I want. None of this is what I want. There we go. I want to see where it's at on the map. Let's go to the Trapolo 1 point. Where's that on the map? Seen yesterday around 9:10 p.m. Let's give it a refresh. Okay, let's go to the Pebble Beach clip. Seen yesterday around 9:10 p.m. Let's give it a refresh. Okay, let's do the Moto tag that's hanging out over there. Seen yesterday at 1:30 p.m., which is about 2 hours ago. Okay. And the smart tag was last seen about 2 hours ago as well. Okay, are you gonna tell me where you are? Are you gonna be weird? Oh, I love how it doesn't actually go to where it is on the map. There we go. Okay, so Mount Vernon, and this is in East Bank, West Virginia, and that's in Teays Valley, West Virginia, basically Mount Vernon as well. Let's see, where's the tile hanging out at? The tile is seen an hour and a half ago, so it's a little bit in between in West Charleston. By the way, we're in West Virginia. He's going down the West Virginia Turnpike, 77, heading south, currently at a speed of 61 miles per hour. Okay, good to see that they maintain speed limits. Let's see how the Trapolo is doing. Does Trapolo know where it is? Yesterday around 10:07 a.m. in Addison. Okay, so that's still lost. So let's go back to this Moto tag, and let's bring this back up. Okay, and let's see if we can't figure out how far away they are from where it actually is. Okay, cool. I'll try and put together another still map and see if I can't compare where they're all at together. But just doing an update again, and it looks like the Moto tag and the Samsung tag are not far off from one another. The tile's pretty well updated. It seems to be right about in the middle, and the AirTag seems to be beating everybody. 130. Yeah, those are about exactly the same spot. I swear, this is where he was, he or she. They hung out at a rest stop for a little while, and that's the last spot the Samsung and the AirTag, or the Samsung Smart Tag and the Moto Tag updated, while the Apple AirTag has been updating while it's moving. So I wonder if the driver of this truck has an iPhone, and that's why it's updating. Who knows? That could be throwing off everything, though. But I kind of thought the iPhone or the Apple AirTag was going to do the best. And I'm not necessarily as surprised to see the Moto Tag doing just about as well as the Samsung Smart Tag 2, but I am, again, surprised to see how well the tile's doing. Until the next update. Well, all right, we're back. It's day 3. The device is currently what looks to be on a truck for delivery. According to the tracking website, it's on a truck for delivery too, so we're on the home stretch. I guess I shouldn't say that. We're about at the turnaround. Maybe I should say that. We're about at the turnaround. I'm still contemplating and a little indecisive on whether I'm going to turn lost mode on or off, but let's see where the trackers are at. Currently, we're near Forest City, North Carolina. And so I'm just going to log into all these different trackers. Let me log into my Google account. Cool. Let's get Find My Device working on here. 8:26 a.m. It's currently 9:47 a.m. where I'm at. So, hour and 15 minutes. It looks like the Samsung Smart Tag updated about an hour ago. Moto Tag, let's see where that's at. Updated at 8 a.m., which is about an hour and 45 minutes ago. This one looks like it's still hanging out at a UPS hub in Charlotte. I'll confirm that and put it up on screen afterwards. I'm trying to do two things at once. It never works well. Let's see how the Tile's doing. The Tile's been surprising us, right? Let's see if it continues to surprise us. It was last updated an hour and 28 minutes ago. So currently in the lead, it looks like 8:45 update is the Samsung Smart Tag 2. Second place at 8:26 a.m. is the Apple AirTag. After that is the Moto Tag and Tile Pro coming in at like 8:15. My ultimate question right now, though, is I wonder how the Chipolo 1 Point and Pebblebee Clip are doing. Hey, they got seen today at 8 a.m. We finally made it out of Illinois. Day 3, but you finally made it out, Chipolo. Let's see if the Pebblebee Clip did too. 8:20 a.m. Okay, so the Pebblebee Clip now has jumped into second place. Right behind the or third place, I'm sorry, right behind the Apple AirTag. So that's interesting. It was basically worthless all the way up until that point. So yeah, interesting to see. Let's see if the Chipolo, regular Chipolo, is updated. No, that is still in Lombard. So that one is more personal use, it seems. It works for if you leave your keys behind or something like that. But other than that, I don't think the Chipolo has any value. My overhead cam just died, so I'm going to end this one and get a new battery in there. I will keep an eye out and wait for the device to finally arrive, or the package to finally arrive at its turnaround destination. And as soon as it does that, I'm sure I'll get an update on the AirTag because the person I'm sending it to is a iPhone house. But we'll give you another update later today. See you then. Here we are again. It's been about 2 hours since the last date, and I just wanted to check in with you. And I'll call this the final time. I say that as the GPS tracker just sent me an alert about 10 minutes ago that the battery level is low. So based on that, I'm going to guess that the device is now completely drained. We'll just call this the finish line, if you will. We are right now down the road from the actual destination anyway, so I'm not too concerned about calling it a little bit early, and I'll probably end up running this test again. At the time of this update, the AirTag is 21 minutes behind the actual GPS tracker. The Samsung Smart Tag 2 is coming in at second place, being 2 hours behind. The Moto Tag got stuck, and it is at 2 hours and 40 minutes behind, tying with the Chipolo 1 Point for fifth place. The Pebblebee Clip is 2 hours and 20 minutes behind, good for third. The Tile Pro is 1 minute older of an update than the Pebblebee, putting it in fourth, almost tied for third, if you will. And in last, still sitting at the starting point, is our good old friend, the OG original Chipolo. Seems like a good device for if you leave your keys behind, but not a good device for tracking things across the country. Not a whole lot of people on the Chipolo network, if you know what I mean. That's it for this update. And that's it for the test, I suppose. Check back in with you after I get the trackers back and we can do our final thoughts. As you can see in the video, the test wasn't 100% a success, mainly due to the battery 100% draining on the GPS tracker, though I think we got some great evidence and information and data to go off of, and results in general. And I could definitely say that I was surprised with how well the Tile Pro did. I'm even more curious now how many devices they have on the Life 360 network, if it did as well as it did. Maybe they'll put out a new article, because the last one I think was from like 2022, I don't know, like 2-3 years ago. Anyway, I'm also somewhat surprised the AirTag beat out the Samsung Smart Tag 2, as the numbers I've seen suggest that there are more Samsung devices in the wild than there are iPhones. But who knows if the Apple products on their Find My network, other than iPhones, like iPads and MacBook Pros and all that good stuff, make that much of a measurable difference. All that said, I'm not very surprised by the relatively poor performance of the Moto Tag, along with the other Google Find My devices. Hopefully, with upgrades being made to the Google Find My network, those devices will become more reliable. And who knows, maybe Google will even put out a first-party device that'll be that much better and go off the trials and tribulations and R&D of all these other brands. We would hope. If I were to do it all again, and my main driver was tracking things, I'd probably swap my second phone to a newer iPhone with ultra wideband. And if you're a Samsung person, I would just go with the Samsung Smart Tag 2 over the Moto Tag. But I wouldn't buy too many of them, as I foresee more devices entering the space within the year. So if you're like me and you're on a non-Samsung Android device, probably a Pixel, I would have the same recommendations to not go all in on the Moto Tags. I probably wouldn't even suggest a 4-pack unless you really want the blue version and or you plan on giving a couple away as gifts. iPhone people, buy the AirTag, plain and simple. But please, please, please use my link in the description below to do so. Finally, I do have the new Tile Pro 2024, as I mentioned in the intro, and I will be redoing this video with all the trackers again very soon. With my newfound knowledge and experience from this test, I have some fun ideas on how to do it again better and more succinctly. Until then, thanks for watching. Carry on.